Hello.
Good evening.
Richard was playing with his coin collection.
Good evening and welcome back to the latest Ramblestream, episode number 121.
Yeah.
We're excited to be here. We're excited. We got a fun program as usual. This one we're going to be talking about the word I was looking for, ascribe. Not imbue. How we ascribe value.
What is value?
What is value?
Is $13,000 too much
This is Jansen's clickbait title.
for 14 horsepower?
Um,
It's not a clickbait title. It's to engage interest. Okay.
Okay. Exactly. Welcome to the Ramble stream. If you're new, we ask that you tell us a little bit about yourself. Type into the comments the format we use. Tell us where you're viewing from, what you ramble with. And by that, we mean, do you ride a motorcycle? If you do, what kind of motorcycle is it? Do you drive a truck? If so, what kind of truck is it? If it's an electric truck, just don't bother. Sorry. If it's a Janus, tell us what the model is and what the serial number is, because it's special. And then last but not least, tell us what you're sipping on this evening. So I'll go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to be drinking some very, very strong tea. I'm going to start with the...
It sounds like you're using the restroom later. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
I kind of got sidetracked. You're not supposed to steep Chinese tea very long.
Here, I'll go first. Are you
I'm
done?
ready.
Okay.
I'm just timing everything out here.
All right.
My name is Richard Worsham, co-founder and head of design here at Janus Motorcycles. I ramble I'm broadcasting from the Ramble studio in downtown Goshen, Indiana, several feet from where motorcycles are made and repaired and sold and all that good stuff. And I ramble with a 2009 Kawasaki KLR, which has been getting some riding now on the road lately.
Good.
And a 2017 Halcyon 250 number 68. And this evening I am sipping on some green tea, oolong tea to be precise.
Oolong.
And this is going to knock my socks off because I let it steep for way too long.
Yeah, let's get a...
Wow. Oh, that's too strong.
It's too much. Too much. My name is Jansen. I'm also coming to you live. He dumped it. He said, I don't want it. Coming to you live from the Ramblestream studio here in Goshen, Indiana at Janus Motorcycles global headquarters. I ramble in a Ford Lightning, and no matter what Richard says, I'm allowed to ramble in whatever I want to ramble in, and a soon-to-be Rambler on a Phoenix 450 number 4. Very excited about that. I'm sipping on some Journeyman Distillery X Janus Motorcycles Ride or Die Rye Whiskey that we made in partnership with them. It is delicious, as I say every single episode. If I didn't like it, y'all, I wouldn't be drinking it still, just so you know. But yeah, as Richard was saying, we've got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about value. What is value? What's worth it to you may not be worth it to me, Richard.
That's right.
As he's stewing his tea. Up first, though, we have to remind them of our phone number.
Oh yeah,
because we have.
Have you memorized it?
I haven't memorized it yet.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to pull up the agenda.
We should give it a try next time. If you guys want to leave us a voice message that you guys can play or that we will play on the stream and answer whatever question is presented, you can do that by calling 574-501-3830. That's 574-501-3830. And we actually have one. We didn't discuss when we were going to put this in the show, so I think we should do it.
Let's just start it
now.
off because then we might get some more.
Yeah, we should do it now. Let me see if it's okay. Let me know if you guys can hear this because this is a test.
Hey, Richard and Jansen. This is Steven, Speed Racer 95. Excuse me. I was just wondering, I really like the 250. And I know that you're kind of always thinking about updating your bikes. It seems that there's a lot of 250s out there that have fuel injection, which give you better throttle response, gas mileage, just easy. I was just wondering, in the future, when we build a bike, 250, would there be some kind of option where you can pick carburetor or add fuel injection? Because I really like the 250 Halcyon. It's cute, easy to maneuver, it's light, just a cute little bike. And it's fast enough for me. So, do I really need a 450? So, that was my question. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Speed Racer.
Thank you,
That's
Speed
awesome.
Racer. That's great. I went ahead and posted the
Jansen.
number in the chat.
This
So,
is
Richard,
Steven,
what's your
Speed
answer?
Racer 95.
So my answer is
I was
that
just wondering.
fuel injection
I
is
really
probably
like the
coming for
250.
every vehicle sooner or
And
later.
I know that you're kind of always
right
thinking
now,
about
we're kind of
updating
just
your bikes.
yakking up
It
the
seems
last
that there's a lot of 250s
of
out
when we
there
can get away with
that
carbureted
have fuel injection,
carbureted bike.
which give you better
Part of the reason that we can
throttle
do carbureted
response,
bike in 2026
gas mileage,
is that they're so low power
just
that they're just
easy.
not putting out a lot
I was
of
just wondering, in the future,
emissions. But
when we build a bike,
if we want to
250,
improve the performance,
would
so
there
a lot of times
be-
if you look at those 250s like he's talking about, they're going to be putting out more power. And while and I would also say that he's right. I mean, there's something that we definitely we're talking about doing, because I know all of you all know how to maintain your carburetor and
Right.
you know exactly what you're doing
Right.
with ethanol fuel, never have any issues. But not everyone is like that. And carburetors are something that's kind of the only way that the modern person, even if they remember carburetors from their earlier in their life,
Right.
they've gotten out of use, they've gotten into practice with using
Right.
them. And lawnmowers are kind of where we think about carburetors
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
So the number one maintenance issue we have on Janus motorcycles is carburetors and user error with carburetors.
Which way's the choke again?
So going away from a carburetor to fuel injection on all of our models, not just the 450, would be something that I mean, I can see that coming.
Yeah.
But right off the bat, probably not. And one thing I would say to answer the second part of Speeder's question is, can you just like pick it with carburation or not?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not going to happen.
Right.
It's going to have to be one way or the other. When we go through emissions testing, we're going to do it with a carburetor we already have, or with fuel injection, and being able to match those two is not going to happen.
Tough.
So it'll probably be available. Now there may be a point at which we could do like both,
Right.
like two different model lines,
Right.
but then the complexity just gets crazy.
It doubles. The complexity doubles.
Long answer there for you, Speed Racer.
Neville, this is weird and awkward. No, just me. I don't know what you're referring to, my man.
Well, probably just the Ramble stream.
I figured I just want to say hi. How you doing? Straw Dog first, man. Sorry. Oh no, he did say first. How you doing? Straw Dog, Halcyon 250, number 769 in Wisconsin. Blizzard in the morning, and yesterday it was sunny and 65. I'm sure.
Yep, I was in a t-shirt working in the yard.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Straw Dog, for coming in first. We've got a lot of good, cool people coming in too as well. I see Kelly. Walrus was in the pre-ramble. If you guys would like to be a part of the first 30 minutes of the stream where we talk specifically to you guys and answer every single question and comment in the chat, you can do that by hitting the join button below. You'll get access to the pre-ramble. You'll get access to members only shorts, and then a week early access to the videos we make. So you guys can do that down below. That's on YouTube only.
Mike Webster says, keep the carburetor. Yes, I agree. As long as we can.
As long as humanly possible. I think what I need, Richard, and what the chat needs is a nice poem from old Richard Wilbur.
Yes. So I was trying to kind of match the theme with the theme, but
The theme.
we'll see how this goes. This is a poem called "A Wood" by Richard Wilbur. Some would distinguish nothing here but oaks, proud heads conversant with the power and glory of heaven's rays or heaven's thunderstrokes, and adumbrators to the understory, where in their shade small trees of modest leanings contend for light and are content with gleanings. And yet here's dogwood, overshadowed, small, but not inclined to droop and count its losses. It cranes its way to sunlight after all, and signs the air of May with Maltese crosses. And here's witch's hazel that from underneath great vacant boughs will bloom in winter's teeth. Given a source of light so far away that nothing, short or tall, comes very near it, would it not take a proper fool to say that any tree has not the proper spirit? Air, water, earth, and fire are to be blended, but no one style, I think, is recommended.
I like that one.
I was waiting for it.
I like that one. We've got a super chat coming in from Jonathan Paul.
Nice.
This one's all
Thank you, sir. Hey, Richard, last summer I asked if the Phoenix was coming back. You said the 10-year run was the last. That convinced my wife. After following Janus 10 years, I picked up my Phoenix Friday. Fantastic. Congratulations, sir. And thank you for the super chat.
Jonathan, what number? I'm curious.
It's got to be close to the last one.
Because I know that there's a few Phoenixes, I think, in the lineup for Janus's featured builds of the week.
Ooh, okay.
Speaking of builds of the week, up next we've got builds of the week, a fan favorite segment. The first motorcycle.
Well, that ain't a Phoenix.
That's not a Phoenix. We don't have any Phoenixes in today's list.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I'm looking at the list and I do see a couple Phoenixes.
All right.
We've got Halcyon 1268, and I believe this one is for sale.
Ooh, very nice.
I believe so. Oh, let me get my.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't need it. We know the color of one of these Halcyons, or at least I remember it because Amy said that it was almost sold, but she couldn't remember if it was the yellow one or the blue one.
Oh, so we know both of the colors of these bikes.
So but we don't know which is which.
Oh, okay. Well, then you pick one. I'll pick one.
I'm gonna pick maize on this one.
Okay, I'll go blue.
Okay. and then the next one we'll flip flop. Well,
Okay,
then
great.
it won't be fair.
Then we'll know. All right, we got our front leading link forks with tie downs. This is a Halcyon 250, beautiful machined top nut on that beautiful machined top plate, hand formed black leather saddle seat made by our Amish friends. I got the rear grab handle going on. Front
Look
fender
at those
brace,
tie downs.
braided
Good
stainless steel
night.
brake lines, 250 engine, electrical bracket going in.
No, it's the maze one.
It's the maze.
This is
Jansen wins.
this is becoming
This is I do have a Halcyon in order, but I think I'm going to go with this color.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great
just,
color.
I love it. And then with black, look at
Mhm.
that. It's gorgeous.
It's really.
I like
sharp.
a lighter color because it stays pretty clean.
Yeah.
And this one, it's just, you don't see anything else like that color.
No, it's so unique. I think
I like it a lot.
a navy pin would look
Ooh.
pinstripe would go look
I
really.
actually,
really
I really do like the black with
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's
the
really
black-
good.
black looks sharp. Yep. So this is Halcyon number 1268.
And this is available for sale.
So you can buy it right now on our website if you really
That is
want
a
to.
Beautiful color scheme.
Did you ever
It's
think
just so simple.
that when you started building these
Look at
things that you would?
That makes me really proud.
Yeah.
That bike right there. Look at
Yeah.
that picture.
That's
I
like a-
mean,
Did you ever think that when you were started building these in the garage with Devin that you? Would end up,
we had high lofty goals,
Uh-huh.
but if we were to see that, I wouldn't have believed that it could have gotten that good, that
That's cool.
refined.
That's cool. That's a great looking motorcycle. Up
Blue.
next, well, see, don't. I'm gonna. Whoa,
Oh, okay, sorry.
This is Micah's Halcyon 250. It's number 1269.
9. And I'm going to go with matte black.
Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna go with OD green.
All right.
I haven't seen a lot of OD greens.
I haven't seen a whole lot of matte blacks.
No tie downs. It's okay, Micah. You can always get them after the fact. Oh, cream
and gold. That's
Classic.
68 right there. Can't go wrong with that. Saddle brown.
Saddle brown looks so good.
Beautiful. That is a classic Janus Halcyon colorway.
Little visor.
Electrical bracket. Oh, and he's even got that's Halcyon 250 number 68 right there.
It was one off. It was 1269. Could have been 1268. That would have been fate.
That's nice.
Little book rack.
You can't go wrong. And what I'll tell you, Micah, is that this color stays looking new the longest. It can be chipped up, and you just wipe it down.
Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, look at that. So this is pretty decked. This is very decked out, actually. So we've got, let's see, cream with single gold pinstripe with the classic old text Janus logo on the tank. We have a headlight visor, 2 mirrors. We have a number plate. We have brushed fishtail exhaust. We have saddlebags. We have a sergeant seat. We have a rear book rack, and we have a tool roll.
Man.
Very nice.
Look at
Very
you there.
nice indeed. Solid.
Great looking motorcycle.
Carbureted.
Congratulations, Micah. Carbureted, not fuel
That's
injected.
a real carburetor there, folks. Not one of those fake Triumph ones.
Wait, they do that?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It looks like a carburetor, the throttle body. I mean, it's actually kind of cool. It looks good.
It's an homage.
Yeah.
This is our last featured build here. This is Halcyon number 1270, and it is also on our website for sale. This is an inventory bike as well. And this one's going to be blue.
It's actually, they're like color coordinated. It's like Southwest color scheme.
Yeah,
like
a little bit.
I love the pairing. Yeah. All right.
Watch
together.
Watch that this one isn't going to be blue.
Yeah, it's gonna just be some like
It's going to be
wait.
some
What?
crazy. It's going to be like cream again. Gotta have the tie downs. Ooh, polished bars maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I do. See,
Oh, we got the wide line seat with this is oxblood leather. There's my matte black.
Oh,
Look at that.
that looks real sharp. That's not blue at all. She must have been thinking of another bike.
Very nice.
That's a
Very
great
nice
look.
indeed.
I love that matte black. It looks super sharp on a Griffin.
With red pinstripe and the oxblood leather.
That seems to be the
Very
last
nice.
picture we have. But
Awesome.
yeah, that looks super sharp. I'll never forget we did a black on black, a matte black with a black pinstripe Griffin when we did that partnership with Walrus Oil.
Oh, that's
I
right.
forget what their company name is, but
Walrus.
I think it was
Will.
just Walrus.
Yeah.
And it was super sharp. Big fan. Big fan. A Vampire Diaries edition. That's been that's been builds of the week. My favorite segment. I love guessing what colors these bikes are because there are just so many options. It's hard to know which is coming down.
Ooh,
the line.
Semtex says very rev free moto looking. Nice.
Where was? Oh yeah,
Down at the bottom.
yeah.
Jonathan.
What is a thing, Richard?
Oh, what can we say?
I feel like at some point
We're gonna run out.
we're
of
gonna
things to
run
say.
out of.
A thing. Well, we can always say it in different ways too.
Fair.
A thing. Tonight we're going to be pushing the boundaries of what a thing is.
Mhm.
We've talked about collecting and how collections are made instead of things usually. But can a collection be a thing?
Can a collection?
Probably not,
I don't think so. It feels like
unless it's very small.
a sum of things.
Unless it can fit in an Altoid box.
That's the requirement.
No, a thing is an object. I think I'm pretty sure it has to be a physical object that you can hold. And we've kind of gone back and forth between whether it needs to be practical, but I think at least on some level it has to have a certain utility, and it can't be something that is disposable.
Yeah.
If it's disposable, you don't have the breadth of time to be able to spend with it that you can develop stories, connections, the kind of like it's almost like a thing is like an object that's taken on a kind of soul, a kind of a personality that you connect with, and that you're like, I'm not sure why, but I'm not going to throw that away or treat that carelessly. Well, you have a level of care for it.
You always, sometimes there are moments where you're like, oh, I don't think I need.
And then you're like, I'm a hoarder.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a thing. This evening, this is maybe again, I've been stretching the limits of what a thing is, but this is an Altoids box. Do you want to pull up the thing camera?
It's flipped, but still.
Oh yeah, it is reversed. This is an Altoids box dating from the mid '90s, I believe, when I was but a wee lad.
Is this the thing?
Yeah, this is the thing.
No, is the box the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. But in keeping with our discussion here, let me move my mic over a little bit. Our discussion of value, I thought, wouldn't it be funny to just actually have the it's a bunch of small change, and I've got some fun ones in here because some of these you can't find anymore. Well, you can find British coins, but you can't find a 5 franc piece.
Ooh.
Because the French don't use francs anymore. You can't find an Irish tuppence.
Is that the Guinness logo?
It's a harp. Yes. Really cool. I got a couple of Irish ones from when I was really young. We went over there.
So
Mexican.
To me, these have, to us, I would even argue, have no monetary value.
Right. So the point being, here's a 10 centime piece from France, which is like less than a penny. Anyway, the point being that these are they have value, right? They signify a value, but most of these are actually worthless because they've been replaced by the euro.
Boo.
But as a obviously those Irish coins are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're really cool.
As an object, we can hold on to these things and find some value in them. Yeah. I think what we're going to do this evening is this is a really fun one here. Actually, can you pull that one back up again? Sorry, this is from the Philippines. I got this when I was about 7. I did not go to the Philippines, but somebody gave it to me. It's aluminum.
It's stupid light and it feels fake.
It doesn't feel like a real coin. What does it have on it? It has it's like a fish.
I don't know.
What is it? Hold on. Yeah, it's a fish. It's like a catfish or something. Oh. Anyway, we'll talk about this more this evening, but like the idea of how do we ascribe value to things?
Yeah.
And this is just fun because it is a thing in the sense that I've held on to it for, I don't know,
decades.
30 something years.
Decades.
And I still do add things to it. If I find a really interesting coin, I'll put it in
Pop it in there.
So,
well, that's cool. I think it also like speaks to the topic of value and
right. That's why I did it. I was like, money, sure.
Money has value, but who gives it its value and why is it valuable? Right. Yeah. You tell me.
It's just a construct, man.
It's just a number on a screen, dude. Before we get too far into the show, if you guys would like to ask us any questions, we've got 2 ways to do that now, which is really cool. You can send us an email at rambling@janusmotorcycles.com, or you can give us a call and leave a voicemail with the number.
Oh, yeah. 574-501-3830. We've posted it in the chat as well.
Yeah, it's in the chat up there. If you guys have known Janus for any length of time, you'll know that we host an annual owners rally. Richard, do you have any news for us?
I do. We have just put the Owners Rally tickets on the website. Where the dates are the 17th through the 20th of September, and tickets are now available. We're going through a big we're rebranding the Owners Rally. It's called the Ramblers Roundup.
Roundup.
And it's sort of got a cowboy theme. And so some of the things that are a little different about this, here, Jansen's posting the link in the comments, is that we are trying to get more people to be able to attend. And so we have a tiered ticketing system. Mm-hmm. So I think that the Get Me There ticket is like $25.
Yeah.
And that will get you here. It'll get you to a fun number of events at the rally.
Like what, Richard?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what.
Give me the vision.
We've got rides. We've got a party. We've got music. Let's see. We've got. I mean, it's the full smorgasbord of all the different activities.
There'll be a live Ramble stream there.
There will be a live Ramble stream. Party. We have a live music party. We have a open fair with lots of vendors coming. Really great stuff. On top of that, you can then add other things like meals, breakfasts, lunches, dinners, seminars, and additional things and so that you can basically kind of like tailor the rally to what you want to do that weekend.
Yeah, there are options for everyone.
Yep.
And of course, we've got like the VIP option. It's like, give me everything.
And the price on that is $240. Mm-hmm. So around the same price as what we've used to do for VIP tickets.
Yeah.
We highly encourage you all to come to this. The Owners Rally is the high point of our year, and it's where we get to see all of you all in one place. And it's where you all get to come here, get tours, get to meet everyone in the shop. Mm-hmm. It really is a great experience. And what our goal is to get more Janus owners.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the mentality behind the tiered ticketing,
right?
Is to, if you're, I got to pay to get there and then get a hotel and all that stuff. Right. Hey, this is a way for us to try. We still have to pay to get here, but we can't pay for that. But we're going to try and make it as affordable as possible for you to attend.
It's super cool. Super excited. I love the rally. It's great seeing y'all's faces, putting a username to a name in this kind of context. But
Gary Smith has a great question. He says, are the tickets that Grant sold us on Sunday at last year's Owners Rally still going to be valid for the new Ramblers Roundup? Yes, and all the pricing is designed for your ticket to make sense. If you have any questions about that, Gary, feel free to give us a call and we can walk you through. But yeah, you would basically get the equivalent of the I'm all in ticket for that.
Is there going to be a Crocs vendor there? No.
We're not.
No.
Not yet. Jansen may be sponsored by then, so
who knows?
He'll be sponsored by the Temu Crocs.
Yeah, but we're really looking forward to this year's roundup, and we hope to see you there.
And to see Old School. That's awesome.
Old School will be there. Again, we've got Ride or Die, the bourbon or the whiskey that we did a partnership with for the first ever Ride or Die motorcycle show. They have this whiskey for sale. I will have to track down a link to get to you guys, but they still have it for sale. It is one of my favorites. I don't know, it sounds like I'm just shilling, but I swear. I promise. And then the last one. You want to talk about Discovery Days at all, Richard?
I do. So we're going to be changing up lots of formats, but one of the things we're changing up is the Discovery Day format. And the Discovery Days, we're only going to be doing quarterly. The first one is coming up here at the end of this month. It's March 28th. And we do those quarterly. So for a year, I guess it's quarterly. I mean, we're going to try and pack them into roughly riding season. And the Discovery Day is a time when you all can come to the shop on a Saturday morning, get breakfast, light refreshments, coffee, get a full tour of the shop, chit chat with the team, and then do test rides, and then we'll prepare a lunch But one of the things we're changing is that if you're a Janus owner and you've already been to Discovery Day, come on.
You can
come for free.
Come for free.
We want you to be here and help us talk to customers, and you'll get a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. They have to use a special code though, right?
They do. And
the
what is that code?
Is Disco Day.
Disco Day. So if you're a Janus owner and you feel like you want to come down and hang out with the Janus crew and talk to some people that are thinking about being a Janus owner, please feel free to do so. We look forward to seeing you, and tell us your t-shirt size when you sign up.
Yeah. Again, that code is Disco Day. DISCO Day. No spaces, all caps. Just like our giveaways.
Which we're not doing.
Well, which we're not doing. Eventually, we might do. I can't even speak to it. I don't know. We may do a giveaway for some rally tickets again in the future, but that's not going to happen today. We are going to break for a second. We will see you right after this message from our sponsor, Janus Motorcycles.
The ride was perfect. The weather cooperative. The engine sang its tiny mechanical song. Life is good. You swing a leg over, pop the helmet off, and look for a place to put it. You hang it gently from the handlebars, because that's what riders do. Helmet on handlebars, problem solved, right? Unfortunately, the world contains helmet goblins. Small or large, sneaky, and strangely passionate about other people's helmets. But there is another way. Introducing a revolutionary motorcycle technology. It's called a helmet lock. Turn key, insert strap, and just like that, your helmet stays exactly where you left it. Helmet goblin defeated. No electronics, no apps, no complicated gadgets. Just a simple mechanical solution to a problem every rider eventually learns the hard way. Because sometimes the smartest motorcycle technology is the stuff we already figured out decades ago.
The Janus helmet lock will not prevent all helmet theft, but it will make it significantly more awkward. Helmet goblins depicted in this film are highly trained providers. Do not tempt goblin behavior. Always lock your helmet, check twice for your keys, and remember that convenience is sometimes the most advanced motorcycle technology of all.
Sorry, folks, we're going to keep running that ad for a while.
It's just, it's too funny. It was really fun to make too. I love Richard's like saunter into like the back into the shop. It's great. Someone asks, Carburetor Crazies, company asks, what happens if they steal the whole bike?
Well, then you are out of luck.
Sorry, man. I don't know how they did that. Then you got to buy a new bike. Who said that? Oh, Speed Racer did.
Mad Jack. I haven't seen Mad Jack in a while. Hey,
Mad Jack,
how's it going?
How are you doing? Oh, he's got a...
Oh, it's my uncle's on. Hey, Uncle Curry.
Love the ad,
That's awesome.
Richard. Hi, Uncle Curry. So glad to have you on. So helmets are valuable, right?
Some of them are, yeah.
Some of them are. To
I mean,
riders.
not exactly the helmet I ride with. I was just talking to my wife and saying, I probably need to get a new daily rider helmet. It's kind of nice to have one. It's my built well.
Okay.
It's kind of nice though to have a helmet that you can just like drop.
Right.
And it doesn't. But technically, if you drop a helmet, you're supposed to get another one.
Right.
It's just like totally beat up, totally sweat. Well,
not
filled.
as bad as these two.
No,
these
are
brutal.
bad. But then I have my Schuberth, which is like a $600 helmet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one stings. If somebody steals that, that's going to hurt your wallet.
You can prevent that,
Richard,
by buying a $25 helmet lock that you can find on janusmotorcycles.com. So go ahead and do that. They're great little things. But what's the difference between the value of, say you have a $500 helmet? I'm trying to segue us, Richard.
I got you. That's why I was checking my watch.
I'm trying to segue us into our topic. You've got a $500 helmet. And if another rider steals it, that's a $500 helmet.
I mean, provided it's in like good shape and
if a pedestrian who doesn't ride motorcycles
steals your helmet,
what is it worth? What is it worth to them? Is it still valuable?
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Like if you're just looking at it, I was like, oh, I was on Revzilla yesterday. I don't ride a motorcycle, but I saw this helmet was $600.
I'm going to take it.
I'm going to take it. And then I guess if you try and sell it on, eBay, maybe it is.
There's some value.
There's some value there. But yeah, I think I get the point you're trying to make, which is that it's really only valuable if you're buying the thing because you want the function. The value is in what it can do for you.
Right.
Then if you don't ride a motorcycle, a helmet wouldn't be valuable to you.
Right.
If only the world was so simple.
If only. So we like to, when we're talking about big ideas like this, we've come up with God, oh my gosh, I almost said framework, Richard. That makes me want to yak.
Why?
We've come up with a framework to really describe what we're talking about. That feels so yucky.
And yet you talk about intentionality.
I know, man. I know. So we've come up with this system, I guess, where it's like we want to talk about what it is and then how it fits in with Janus.
I love that framing.
So what is value? How do we ascribe value, Richard?
Well, in a rational sort of world, an object which yields some sort of like return to you, whether that's in function. So a motorcycle helmet, that's actually a really good example. It's like, it's a thing that protects your head. It's a thing that makes a statement.
Yeah.
It's a thing that there's a lot of different ranges of features and cost. It's a pretty good example of something that's fairly practical, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there are examples, however, so like Builtwell. I don't have my Builtwell, but a Builtwell is, we sell Builtwells. They're like, I don't know how much they cost. $200 now. They used to be like $125 bucks, but like $200 gets you a very good looking, simple. It's kind of like a Janus, simple helmet, but they're made in, wherever, mass produced.
Old school said $5 helmet for a $5.
Yeah, that's an old argument, which is, I mean, how much do you value it? But then there are brands like there was a brand called Ruby. They were made in Paris.
Okay.
And they were like $1,200. But it was basically a Builtwell with like some nicer material.
It was skinned and it was pretending to be something.
They had a good paint job. And now there's a company, Hedon, which we also sell, which are like $900 helmets. And they're really more, I mean, they do some really cool stuff.
So we have a couple here.
We do.
And
unfortunately, they're too small for my head.
I've been able to wear some.
Did you like it?
I love them.
Really? They're light?
They're really light. The breathability. So the one that we've got two, the full face that we have, I think it's leather or some kind of leather.
Yeah, it's leather.
On the interior. It's not very breathable.
Yeah, so it's like a Builtwell.
So, right, it's breathable, or it's like a Builtwell, but with leather. So that's my only gripe, but they're really light and they look
really good. They look really good. But then, so that's like maybe even more like a Halcyon.
Yeah.
It's like really nice materials made in a smaller batches, hand painted. Oftentimes you can get them like custom gold leafed.
Yeah.
But very limited feature list. And then you have like an Arai, which I always say like the best advertisement for Arai is the Isle of Man TT.
Yeah.
Look at what everybody's, I mean, they're not, it's not 100% Arai, but it's like really close.
If you can even like slow it down to read the logos.
To read what helmet they're wearing.
Right.
No, I mean, seriously, like Arais are renowned for the amount of technology they put into their helmets to be the safest helmets. They won't do internal mechanisms for the visor because they believe that it reduces the safety of the helmet. So they always have these external visor mechanisms.
Interesting.
Anyway, I don't want to get too much on helmets with this value concept, but it's a good example.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that makes sense, right?
Right.
We're getting different kinds of value. And then there's always the job of the marketers, which on some level we are.
Right.
Right. I mean, even though the Ramblestream is mostly about us just shooting the breeze.
Right.
We are working at Janus Motorcycles.
Right.
But so we have to kind of keep that in mind. But marketing has been described sort of, at least over the last 100 years, as presenting the illusion that something is a rare, or that it is desirable, or that it's going to make you.
It will change you once you
improve
buy
you
this product.
if you just get this thing for $29, like our little ad,
right? Which
is like, $29.99 or whatever it is.
$25, and you'll get rid of helmet goblins, will you? I don't know.
So when we were thinking about this, like the first half of what is it, and then what is it, how does it fit?
Mm-hmm.
Like what is value? There's that utility idea. Like does it deliver does it do the things that I want it to do?
Right.
That I'm paying money for, like a pair of boots.
Right.
Like another great example. Will they hold up? Do they do the thing I want them to do? Okay, I'll pay you $200.
And there are like different tiers to this thing, right? So like if for me, who I need boots, like steel-toed work boots, maybe like 5-6 times a year, and I don't even need them. I'm gonna go to Walmart, and I'm gonna buy like the medium priced pair of boots at Walmart, so that I can get by 4 or 5 times a year wearing these boots. But if you're like working in construction on a regular basis, and you wear these boots every single day, you are going to go to a Red Wing store, and you're going to buy the most expensive boots they have, because they have the most comfort, the most technology, the most protection, right? Like there are different layers to utility as well that I think is very curious. That makes a lot of sense though, right? It's based on usability. I think everyone's utility is different.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, absolutely. That reminds me of the Boots theory of economics. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
The Boots theory of economics is that it's actually cheaper. Like there's an advantage to having more money, which I mean, a lot of people would agree with.
Mm-hmm.
The advantage being that you can afford a good pair of boots so that you don't have to keep buying more.
Interesting. Yeah.
And so that there's an advantage.
Richard, I think I've got
Anyway, that's really off topic.
I can pierce through the veil on that one if we want to squirrel it just for a second here.
Yeah, we got some
I
time.
bought a pair of work boots at Walmart back in 2015 for $35. I just retired them last year.
That's great.
And they were
you're
good to me.
You're like, you just don't use them a lot.
So I bought these because I worked at a soccer field doing all of their field maintenance.
Yeah.
And I was sick and tired of dropping 5-gallon buckets on my toes full of like paint and water. So I bought these to actually use them. And I used the crap out of them, and they last me so long.
Well, there you go.
There are some pearls at Walmart. You just gotta look for them.
So we have the basic utility.
Yeah.
Then we have what else do we have?
Rarity.
Then you have rarity. Yeah. And I think that like maybe the reason that some of these coins are kind of cool is that they're not made anymore. The reason that a certain postage stamp is worth an exorbitant amount of money to the collector is that it was made in a very limited amount.
Mm-hmm.
You apply that to any kind of a race car that they only made 3 of,
right.
A motorcycle that only so many, whatever, like the rarity breeds desire.
Yeah. And I think that I'm curious to hear your thoughts on like what makes something rare. Like I know the definition of rare is like it's scarce, right? There's not a lot of it, but I think there are things that are uncommon, and then there are things that are like rare. And I think it goes beyond like actual quantity.
Right. Well, in today's world, and I'm not sure this is true 300 years ago, 200 years ago, 150 years ago, but at least in today's world, rarity puts something in a different category, and that category is not mass produced. So basically everything that we encounter and engage with in the modern world, like 20th century and on world, is mass produced.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. Almost everything.
Almost everything. And so it's very rare that we encounter something that's made in very limited quantity, whether it's a piece of crockery, a vase, some kind of handmade pottery goods, a work of art, a handmade motorcycle.
Yeah.
Or the reason that these things are valuable is that, or that we place value in them, is that it's more than just the fact that there are only 5 of them, which certainly has its appeal.
Right.
But it's that there's some sort of story around it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's more than the number.
Yeah. There's like a skill involved in the craft of that thing. So like we've talked about potters, we've talked about artists, we've talked about custom motorcycles or limited production vehicles.
You had a good example of the blacksmith,
right,
from Toledo.
Yep. Oh yeah, a sword maker,
right,
who's making you a sword just for you. And yeah, that was a good example because he's like, because you go to this guy to have your sword made to kill the man with 6 fingers. Because he's the son of the son of the son of a
right.
bladesmith,
right?
And he makes one, and it's perfect.
So you're getting not only the amount of craftsmanship from the person who is making your sword, but you're getting his grandfather's
knowledge and skill,
and then that guy's dad,
right?
And that guy's dad, and that guy's dad.
And typically, when an individual with that much skill is working, they're not mass producing things.
Mm-hmm.
They've reached a point where they're saying, I'd rather just make one and put my effort into it and then and charge for it. And so there you go. There's the value. It's like, okay, if you want my services, you can either have Billy Bob, who's, got a press down there. He's just putting out swords,
stamping them out.
Or you could have me. And obviously the idea would be that the skills that he's learned over, generations would produce superior,
far superior
weapon.
I mean, you're getting it's going to take longer.
Right. You'd wait a year.
There's going to be more decisions.
Right. Yep.
You're going to have to pay more.
Yep.
But look at the quality of the item.
But also the fact that it's probably going to have some sort of things that identify you with it. Like when you have an architect design a building, typically the design of that is not going to be just any old building. It's going to speak to what you want in a building,
right? Or
what you need in a building. Same thing with everything else. So we've talked about the kind of utility of value.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how rarity comes into it. And then of course there's
the
perception,
right?
Prestige.
The perception of prestige. Before we get into that, we've got a super chat from Jason here.
Hey, Jason.
If you want to read that for us.
Richard, do you think any of the Janus will get to collector status like 60s, 70s muscle cars? Absolutely. I mean, especially the early numbers. Even if we're making a whole lot of bikes, we're not going to be producing as many cars as the big car brands from the 60s and 70s. So just on the level of rarity, the Januses are always going to be valuable, sort of like a Bruff Superior or other limited production brands. Now, it's not just rarity. There is a certain level, there's a certain thing we're trying to do, and I think we do very well. They're beautiful. They're designed very particularly for a certain kind of riding. They're easy to maintain. They're going to be a vehicle that you can probably repair for many, 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 many years with parts availability. So I think that, we are going to see them become increasingly valuable. Old ones, that is.
Early models.
Early models. Yeah.
Yeah, but so there are a couple. The last one was the perception or the what do we say, the
prestige, or the status
that thing can give you. So then it has value, like a Gucci belt.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's a great example is fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion sort of takes, if you were to make a gradient, I don't know if I want to do this, but like pure utility is like in the world of the rational, engineer's mind, let's just say it has these characteristics, these specifications, and this. That's what describes the value.
Analytically, it makes sense.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think we all understand the desire for that to make sense.
Right.
However, it doesn't. If only it was that simple.
You're telling me my Gucci belt isn't improving my life greatly?
Well, not only that, I'm saying that likely most of these, status symbol things are actually junk, made out of junk, and oftentimes mass produced.
Yeah.
But yes, let's take the argument seriously and give it the benefit of the doubt and say that there are, like a Louis Vuitton luggage set.
Listen, I want a Louis Vuitton duffel one day. Okay.
You do?
Yeah.
I want to, the coolest chopper I ever saw, not the coolest chopper, but the coolest chopper seat I ever saw was a king and queen seat. And they made it out of a Louis Vuitton bag. I'm like, I can't do that now because somebody else stole it, but I would never have had the idea.
Cool.
It was
cool.
really cool.
That's awesome.
But anyway.
Yeah, but I think there's like with Louis Vuitton, there's lineage, right? It speaks to the craftsmanship.
Originally, there's a reason why they were that way. It's because multiple reasons, but one was that they were a family that knew how to make luggage.
Right.
And it had this story that started in the 19th century. And then they, by positioning themselves well, have just this, like, all it has to do is say Louis Vuitton and you can charge, 50 times more than it's worth.
Right.
In reality.
Right.
And so that's kind of like that status prestige level, but I don't want to totally write off the prestige of certain things.
Well,
because I think there's a certain value there.
Jeff Kell says Rolex. I mean,
Rolex
is a great example of this.
Well, tell me about what do you think about Rolex?
I think they make a watch really well.
They do make a watch really well.
I've never held a Rolex. I've never even. I maybe have seen a couple Rolexes in person.
Yeah. Probably more than you know.
Probably. But I know Rolex, and I know who wears a Rolex.
Right.
Right. So there's that desire of an outcome.
That's a really good example to talk about this.
That I hope, like, I want to be able. It's not even about the watch at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I think it goes a little bit beyond the watch as far as like the prestige part of this. It goes beyond the item. The value goes beyond the actual thing.
Why?
Because it shows people, apparently, prestige, right? It shows people around you. It's like,
I've made it.
I've done it. I've done the thing.
I can spend $8,000 on this watch.
I am
whatever they
successful. Whatever. That's another thing that we can get into, right? But
well, the interesting thing about Rolex is that I think that they kind of back it up. I mean, they aren't a tiny brand. It's they make a lot of watches. Yeah. But they are very unique. They control every aspect of the way that they make them. Right. They're not sourcing anything. That's cool. They're quite secretive about how the organization is organized. That's really cool. It's kind of neat. But they do have, especially in recent years, they have taken on a sort of prestige status symbol that I think actually detracts from the brand a little bit. Do you think you have to be careful with that? Yeah. Because people are just like, a Rolex, how predictable. Right. Like you're just like, oh, I'm going to flash my Rolex around.
Don't worry, guys.
And it does kind of like, you have to, for me, I appreciate the watch enough and what a Rolex is that wouldn't bother me if I had the money to buy a Rolex. Right. I could find an interesting one and get into that. But it does sort of take a little bit of a jump. Like, do I really want to be that guy? Right. Right. Whereas I'm like, oh no, an Omega, man. Right.
Omega's nice.
But yeah. But again, you're talking brand names. Right. You're talking brand names. But these are brands that one would hope, and that I believe, based on what I understand about researching Rolex or different brands, is that you're kind of getting what you're paying for. Right. It's a pretty neat. There's a lot of history and there's a lot of reason behind why this is done the way that it's done. Whereas if you go to just some little micro brand like Laurier. I'm not wearing my Laurier.
Mhm.
I think it's a wonderful watch, but it doesn't have that long history like the Toledo sword maker, right? Where it's
Right.
like, oh, it's a beautiful watch and they've nailed a whole bunch of different things, but they don't have that
There's no lineage.
history. So I think in a perfect world, that prestige is when it has the lineage.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a certain level of rarity because only so many people can afford to have a sword made by Diego, whatever.
You killed my father. Prepare to. Yeah. Okay. So that's what value is. So there are three ways you could attribute it, but how does it relate?
There may be more.
Three big umbrellas.
Those are the ones we kind of have talked about.
Right. I feel like we've gathered it. Well, so how does it fit? I mean, if you deck out a Halcyon 250, is 14 horsepower? Is $13,000 too much for 14 horsepower?
Well, I mean, what was your answer?
My answer is, I feel like we should charge more.
No, I think what your answer was is like, well, it just depends on what you're looking for.
Right. Well, I know what I'm looking for. So my whole argument was like, well, it's to the eye of the beholder, meaning like it's very specific to what someone's intention is with a motorcycle.
Yeah, but I mean, this is how I would answer.
Yeah,
is typically when we start questioning the value of something,
mm-hmm.
it's when the value is like taken in this one extreme way, like this postage stamp that was worth, 5 cents in 1922
Mm-hmm.
and now is worth $5 million because of something, whatever. I'm giving you an extreme example.
Right.
We're like, well, it's really not. It's like you're looking at one aspect of reality
Mm-hmm.
when you say that. To bring this home, a Janus 250 for 13, like so you just decked it out, right? Or you didn't, and
Right.
some people would say, oh, $8,000 is way too much for something with 14 horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
My answer is go right back at them and say, you're valuing this thing on one level,
It's literally
one thing.
horsepower.
Yeah, horsepower is what is defining everything, and I think where we can, why there's so many people that enjoy their Janus
Mm-hmm.
is and Royal Enfields and other bikes that are very, very low horsepower, old cars,
Miatas.
MGs, is that it's actually answering a much larger question. And if you're the kind of person who wants to pass everyone
Mm-hmm.
and be the fastest thing on the road and go through corners at 40-degree angles,
Right.
then you should get a Ducati
A Janus is not for
or
you.
some sort of like really high performance sport bike. A
Right.
Janus is not what you want,
Right.
right?
Right.
But if you're like, I would say many riders, if not most riders, there's most of the time and place is when we want to just enjoy riding.
Right.
And
where do you do that?
as we always say, you want to find twisty roads and you want to enjoy yourself and enjoy that experience with a machine that has a minimum of interference between you and the riding experience.
Right.
We ride motorcycles to ride,
Right.
not to have someone else ride for us.
Right.
There's nobody who's like, that doesn't work. So I guess what the point I'm making is that the value that we're trying to find is a beautiful, first it's, beautiful. Obviously it has a long tradition of craftsmanship
Right.
and there's a person that who did the paint, who did the
Ryan-
machining, who did the assembly, who did
Ryan has been here for how many years? Ryan and Kelly.
the
Kelly does the pinstriping. Ryan is a I don't know what his
head
title is
of
now,
assembly.
but started out as like an assembly tech,
Yeah.
Who's
He actually
been
started out doing pinstriping.
building has assembled thousands
Thousands
of
of bikes.
motorcycles. Like Kelly has pinstriped thousands of motorcycles.
Yeah.
Like that's
But they do
craft.
each one after the next,
Right.
very carefully. So we have that level of like craftsmanship, sort of the Toledo sword making story. We have the limited, production.
Mhm.
So they're relatively rare.
We can only build so many
And
motorcycles.
and in terms of the utility, we strive to make a motorcycle that you can get the most out of in your everyday riding, and compare that price point with a Harley Davidson. Compare that price point with many other bikes. That's where I think we need to find the balance. Of course, you can find cheaper ones. You can find bikes that are just, but then you're comparing it with mass production,
right?
And unfortunately, what comes along with mass production is a loss of the soul of the vehicle, the sort of like spirit that animates it and that you can find connection with,
right?
Which you can talk about it and like, oh, it's got its little quirks, or whatever, but that's just an accident of this larger picture of the story and this experience that you're going to find, I think, with any, it's not just the Janus, but anything that's that
anything that feels analog, anything that you can get like a direct, like talking about motorcycles and cars in particular, anything that you can get a direct response from nowadays is valued because everything else has been washed out. Like that feeling is rare. Yep. The direct feeling between you and the machine is rare.
Yep.
Even
and being able to like, there's no guardrails.
No. Right. Which is that's dangerous, Richard.
Right. But that is the direction that everything is sort of going. Is sort of like, yeah, you can ride a motorcycle, but here's traction control and wheelie control.
And you got 6 different power modes, and
and no.
And so, what if we had to sum this up? We're a little after, but if you had to sum this up, I'm putting you on the spot. What is Janus's true value?
Janus's true value. Oh goodness. Well, I mean, at the risk of repeating myself, I think it's exactly what we've been talking about. It's finding a motorcycle that motorcycles better.
We will see you next week, everybody. No, I think that sums it up well. It's distilling the experience down, and we can talk about this until we're blue in the face because we truly believe it.
But I avoid that idea that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or I just like it because it's me. No, I think we can actually make rational arguments, rational decisions on what is good.
Right.
And unfortunately, most of the people making motorcycles and the people that talk about them are not being rational.
Yeah. The priority is not the end experience. The priority is not the user experience oftentimes.
We've gotten lost. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. That was a great show.
Thank you, Jansen. That's good.
Thank you, Richard. Wow, we've never thanked each other on the show before. That has been today's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you guys would like to follow us outside of YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching this, we have a rebroadcasting, if you will.
It kind of like makes it a little more condensed and a little bit more juicy.
Yeah.
Find it wherever you can find your podcasts. It's called Ramblestream Pod. Right? Ramblestream podcast.
At Ramblestream. I'm sure if you just look up Ramblestream on Spotify, Apple Music, you'll be able to find it.
And we have that new phone number. It's in the chat.
We'll say it one more time.
But if you want to call 574-501-3830 anytime during the week, actually night or day, because I won't answer it, give that phone number a ring and leave us a voicemail, and then we'll play it on next week's Ramblestream. So, we don't promise to play everything.
No.
But if it's in good taste, we'll probably do it.
We'll love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next week for episode 122.